Hey everybody, so today is a virtual learning day and I'm going to quickly go over what you are going to be accomplishing at home. So when you first start this lesson, of course you should be watching this video first, but after you finish this video, I want you guys to read the objectives, say hello to Miss Eva Core. You're going to be learning about her today. And then come on down to the next step here, and you're going to learn about the academic and content vocabulary preview. If there's a word in here that you don't quite understand, select that link and it's going to take you to vocabulary.com to learn about the term. Next, you guys are going to learn why we study Eva Core and why January 27th is considered Eva Core Day. So each year, January 27th is the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, which is a Nazi concentration camp located in Poland. One woman named Eva Core is a survivor of this camp. She settled in Terre Haute, Indiana after leaving Europe. As a tribute to her life, Governor Holcomb has declared this Eva Core Education Day, and that is why we are learning about Eva Core. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about why he created this day, you can open this link. It's not a requirement, but if you're interested, feel free. Now, you guys are going to be using a Venn diagram to analyze the next two sources. So make sure to open this link here. And it's going to, of course, down here, the pop-out window says for today's lesson, you are comparing two sources, a primary and a secondary source. Remember, a primary source is like evidence from a person who directly experienced the event. A secondary source is someone who did not experience the event, but is studying primary sources to learn more about it. And they present that information to you. So again, for today's lesson, you're comparing two sources, a primary and secondary source, both covering information about the Holocaust. As you read and watch the sources to learn about the events, complete this chart to help you analyze the events and sources. Answer the questions on the outside of the Venn diagram for both sources. Place the answers in the appropriate locations. This is due tomorrow on Thursday. So when you open that pop-out window, you're going to get a Venn diagram that looks just like this. And I'm going to zoom out here a little bit so you can see everything together. So along the Venn diagram, I have questions along the outside, and you are going to answer all 6 of these questions for each source. The first source is Duxter's, and the second source is Eva Core's testimony. So you're going to answer these questions, and if it's something they have in common, you'll put it here in the middle. But if it's different from each source, you're going to put it over here in one circle or the other, just like how we use a regular Venn diagram. Now, let's go back and learn about your sources today. So source number 1 is from Duxter's, and it's just a really quick article explaining what the Holocaust is. So it says, students will read the following article to get the basic understanding of the Holocaust. Select the image to access the link. So come on down here to the image and let's select it. And then it will take you to the Duxter's website. You are then going to spend some time and you're going to read this. It's not very long. If you want to maybe talk to your parents, see if they want to read it with you, that's completely fine. But you're going to be reading this and then going back to your source. And as you're reading, answer their questions. So the first source is going to be here on this left-hand side. After you get those 6 questions answered for that source, you're going to go back to the Canvas lesson and access your second source, which should be Eva Core's testimony. Now, I do want to warn you, the Holocaust is a very disturbing time period where some horrific events happened. So let's take a look at this disclaimer here. So the second source is Eva Moses Core's testimony. Students will view the following mini documentary of Eva Core's experience at Auschwitz. Here's the disclaimer. In this video, Eva describes some horrific events she and her sister faced by the Nazis. If you have issues discussing experimental treatment on people, please stop and let me know. If you're feeling sick or weak while watching the video, make sure to stop it, pause it, talk to me about it tomorrow, okay? All right, so you guys can watch the video here and learn about Eva's experiences. And then as you're listening, you may want to pause the video and then also fill out your Cami Venn diagram, okay? When you are done going through both sources, make sure you submit this in Cami. Now, if this topic really interests you, you can extend your learning. So maybe you want to go to Eva's museum in Terre Haute, Indiana. You can look a little bit more information about the Canos Museum in Terre Haute here. If you want to know where Terre Haute is, you can take a link here to see how long of a drive it would be from Bremen. It's about 3 hours and 20 minutes or so. If you're really interested in watching the full documentary that Eva has made, you can actually go to PBS and you can stream it. You can also stream it off of Prime Video. It's called Eva A-7063. And then don't forget to complete your homework. And if you're interested on the learning standards it covers, it's right here. So again, watch the two or read the first source, watch the second source, fill out your Venn diagram, submit that when you're done. And then we're going to talk about BizTown on Thursday. Okay. All right, guys, I will see you later.